topvelocity.net. I want to put together this pitching velocity quick tip to go over trunk styles. Okay, so I've got a well-known pitching velocity video called Drive Leg Styles. You should check it out to learn about drive leg styles, because you have to understand drive leg styles for you to understand these trunk styles. So I'm going to be linking the drive leg styles to the trunk styles. So if you haven't seen the drive leg styles video, I would highly recommend you go and watch the drive leg styles video. Just basically search 3X drive leg styles. Okay, now that you've watched that video, we're going to go over trunk styles. So we know in an efficient delivery, like in the 3X pitching mechanics, we generate forces through the leg. That's the purpose of understanding drive leg styles. There's different ways to do that. Okay, there's a rotational drive leg, there's a 3X drive leg, and there's a knee slammer drive leg. Obviously, the 3X drive leg is what we promote because it has more benefits that come out of that approach, but it's also the most advanced. Now, once you've learned to drive or initiate those forces and then break those forces at front foot strike, and there's a whole other concept of front leg styles as well, then you want to make sure that that energy is getting into the trunk. If the trunk isn't moving, and moving dynamically, and moving power, or generating power, then the arm is going to be set up to do more work. So there is different trunk styles. So some of these trunk styles, one of these trunk styles I'm going to tell you isn't a good one, is a negative, and then there's another one that's okay, and then there's one that's obviously the best. And these are critical to you taking the drive leg styles up the chain, into the arm, into the ball. Okay, so now that you have the drive leg styles, let's go to the trunk styles. Okay, so typical guys that are rotational drive leg guys typically become rotational trunk movers as well. So you basically can link a rotational drive leg to a rotational trunk. Now, not every time. Some guys have great front legs, and that can change trunk styles as well. Trunk styles are going to be affected by both. But a lot of times, specifically on the amateur level, when you see guys with rotational drive legs, they have rotational trunks. Let's talk about that. So if I'm a rotational back leg guy, meaning I'm not extending, I'm not pushing forward, slamming knee down, I'm just turning, I'm just rotating, and almost like a hitter would. I don't even bend straight in the knee at all. So I'm rotating here. So what happens is I become very rotational. I can still separate. I can actually separate very well. But the problem is, because there's not a lot of linear force driving me towards that target, then there's not a lot to take my trunk for, unless, like I said, I can get the front leg extending and making up for it. But that's a real challenge to do that. You don't see that a lot specifically with amateur pitchers. What you see is when they rotate, they typically then just rotate the trunk. Okay? So here's the problem. There's tons of studies that found that more trunk tilt into maximum external rotation has a significant link to ball speed, or high correlation to ball speed. So the more we try to just drive or rotate the back leg and not generate the linear forces, typically the more rotational the trunk's going to get. So we're just rotating the trunk in a transverse movement. And that's not going to be as effective at generating ball speed, mainly because we have studies telling you that, and just in my experience, that's typically the case. Guys don't throw as hard that are very rotational. Okay, so that would be the first trunk style, a rotational trunk style, following typically a rotational leg. Definitely not a trunk style I would recommend. Okay, the other trunk style. For the example of those trunk styles would be someone like Jake Peavy. Peavy was a good example of that. Very rotational, even a little sidearm pitcher, which typically rotational trunks typically be sidearm. So Jake Peavy is an example of that. Let's talk about the forced trunk tilt. Scherzer would be the example of that. Someone, no matter what they have, rotational, knee slammer, even triple extender, if there isn't a lot of force out of it, meaning if it's just kind of low effort out of the back leg, we typically do the same thing, don't get a lot of trunk tilt. You might see it going more forward than rotational, but it's not dynamic, which is really what we need to throw hard. So in the case of this trunk style, a guy who forces trunk tilt, they're going to get to front foot, not feel the dynamic transfer of energy up the chain, and then they're going to pull their head down, or almost look like they're slamming their head down to throw their trunk out. And Scherzer is a great example of that. So, it can work, but it's a little bit it's herky-jerky, and I don't see it work with a lot of pitchers. So it'd be kind of like this, not very aggressive with the drive, something like this, and then you pull the head down, head slam, okay? Like I said, it's close to what we want, but not exactly what we want, because it's forced and not an efficient effect of energy moving up the chain. Okay, so that would be the second trunk style. The third trunk style is the one we're looking for, and that's going to be the dynamic, trunk style, that the optimal trunk tilt, all the good forward movement in the trunk that we would want as an effect of the release of energy going over the front leg. Okay, that's the most effective one. That means that pitcher generated a lot of force down the mound. They could have been a knee slammer, I'll give you that. They could have been a knee slammer, but it's harder to do that as a knee slammer. Good chance they were 3X driver. They had that 3X drive going in the front foot, not only that, but a really, really good front leg. They hit their front leg, they even pushed back, got some extension, and then that slammed the trunk down in the pitch release. And they get that really good reactive trunk. It's not a forced trunk, obviously not a rotational trunk. It's a more reactive trunk that's really dynamic going into that good forward trunk tilt. That's what we're looking for, and that's the most challenging one to do. Just like the 3X drive style is the most challenging one to do, because it takes a lot of power, takes a lot of linear speed, takes a lot of efficiency to move the chain correctly and allow that trunk to release and react with all that power at the right moment going into pitch release. So that's the final one that we're looking for, that more reactive, dynamic trunk that can come, will come from more of a dynamic back leg drive, like a 3X drive. So hope this helps you understand kind of the process. Once we develop a good drive leg style, we have to then make sure it converts to a good trunk style, and then it gets into our good arm path. If you want to learn about the arm action, search my video on the arm action, the proper arm action that has to go with that good trunk movement at the end of the pitching delivery. So I hope that helps. I'll send out a lot more of these videos for you coming soon. So subscribe to my page if you want to learn more about the 3X pitching velocity programs. I suggest you go to topvelocity.net. Check out the programs. They're loaded and loaded and loaded with great information. A full systematic approach that's cyclical, that has been proven effective in enhancing velocity 5 to 10 or plus miles per hour. And if not, if you want more than that, come over and work with me at a 3X Velocity camp down here at my facility.